Hi everyone, welcome to another Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and today we're going to do spoken. This was by request on our Tangle Addicts group on Facebook, and this is a fun one. This is one that I had some trouble with for a while, and you know, sometimes you just have to sit with the tangles and, you know, just take it slow. Slow is okay. So this one, I'm not going to do any four corners or border or anything like that because spoken is kind of can be a string as well as a tangle. So this one starts with an orb, and it doesn't have to be in the center of your, actually I'm going to put my little off center just because. So just an orb, and then after you see it, you could kind of, you could decide and also play with different sizes of orbs to start with. And I'm using a bijou tile, which is a 2x2 tile, and I'm using the Micron 01 today. So this one, again, starts with an orb, and then this is another one of those where we want to trace around what we've done, and then trace around what we've done already as kind of the warm-up, and then we launch off of the orb. I'm also thinking, how do I want to hold this so that way it's comfortable? You know what? I'm going to do this. And this is one of those where you'll find how it feels comfortable. Now let me just do this for a minute, and and you can watch, because we want to come off. There we go. And I'm going to go right to the edge. Now, what I found is, so when you're tracing around a little bit, and then when you release from that orb, go straight. A lot of the other tangles that we do this motion where we kind of have the warm up, the pitch, and then we land somewhere, right? There's so many. Cadent was one. We just did Huggins. That was similar. And a lot of times it's, you know, we're taking that curve and we're warming up and we're launching, but we're also curving at the same time. And that was something that I figured out that's what I was doing wrong. That was making this tangle not be very successful for me. Okay. So when you can see, it's just coming off and going absolutely straight. Just like when you leave and go in one direction. After this, we're going to aura this one, and there we go. So the line that you came off with, then we aura it. I almost said, then we gonna aura it. I don't know where that came from, but all right. Then we're gonna just continue around, and so this is where you can kind of decide how many spokes you want to have on this. So same idea, and just carefully retracing, and then as soon as you come off, just stay straight. So we come off, and then we aura that one, and we're gonna aura this on the inside. So we've come off, and we're not going to aura on the outside. We're going to aura on the side that is still kind of connected to that orb, if that makes sense. So it will, well, you can see. So here's the line, and then we aura to the inside. Same thing, came off this way, aura to the inside. And we just repeat it. And again, it's however many sections you want to have. I kind of like to turn and just kind of have them somewhat evenly spaced. Whoops, I want to stay right on here. And aura. And just continuing to go around. This might be the last one here. I'm thinking, no, maybe one more will fit right there. Just because it's nice to split up that big section. All right. So once you've gone around, then here's the tricky part. And actually, let me see. All right. Coming from that first one that we did, which, oh, it was probably right here. So you know what? If you keep going in order, then you end up right where you started. Okay. But because I turned my tile from the way I was doing it, I kind of got lost. Honestly, it probably doesn't matter. So here we're going to use a lot of hollowbow. And if you do not know what that means, the hollowbow technique is the art of drawing behind. So if you watch, so here's this this spoke, and essentially we're just gonna continue this spoke kind of straight. So this one right here. So I'm seeing my line, and I'm looking at my step outs at the same time. Actually, you guys, I'm gonna do this outer one first, and it's going to be sort of straight because I do want it connected to that to the orb. So that's how I have that one. So almost like it's a straight line from underneath the orb, as well as you could see, when I came to this spoke, I pick up my pen, travel it across, put it down on the other side. These are tiny, so it makes it a lot easier to do. All right, so that was this one, and I'm gonna continue around here. So I'm doing this as if I'm just continuing that straight line as much as I possibly can. You know, and this one too, if it's a little curvy, it's still okay. Just like everything in Zentangle, it's still okay. All right, and just continuing around. Okay, this one. So, and then like I said, I start with the outer. So the one, the line that we started with, I start with that as well. And again, I'm just taking that straight, however it lands, and then working to keep that same distance. So that's why my pen travels across, just to help get that like kind of in my hand. And oops. Oh, okay. That one, then this one. Whoops, that got a little bit too big, but oh well. Okay, that line. And then this one. So really, we're just, we're extending what we've done already. Oh, and I did what I usually say not to do, and this is why. Okay, saved it. I personally think it's a good idea to continue and have the same thought. So have the line go, pick up the pen, have it travel, put it down after the area you don't want to draw over, and then continue. This one I kind of did both, and then I went. It's just nicer to have that continuous thought. That's how I look at it. Okay, then this one, and this one is going to have a little bit of a line right there. Boom. And then this one inside. And let's see. This. We came off of there. I think that looks like it. And so you just, again, depending on how many spokes you have, so essentially each spoke is kind of going to go on both sides of the orb. Then this is one of those, it is completely up to you. You can use all of the techniques that we've used before. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color in what I like to do. Is like, oh, when I have a nice big orb, I kind of like to make a, like a dewdrop or a gem out of it. So I'm going to just add some graphite here. I'm going to have to do a whole, well, maybe it'll be maybe not in the Quickie video series, but I'll have to do one on Heather's way of doing gems, because I like to find a way to make them easy, being the non-artist that I am. If one of those, if I can figure out how to do it for myself, then anyone can do it, and I do like to do that. So I just, I did some graphite just around there, and now I'm going to add some little streak. Maybe I'm going to overlap a little bit, so that way it kind of looks like a bubble. And as that dries, oh, you can kind of see it in the picture. Let's see if I hold it up a little bit. Kind of see that. So this one is fun. You can add things in the middle. And yeah, of course, I don't have that really cool one that I was showing off the other day. I'm flipping through here as I'm talking. well, maybe I will find it quickly and share it on something else. Just lots of fun things that you can do with this. As I mentioned, this can be something that becomes the string, and you can put different tangles in each section. You can just, you know what? I'll try to, in the comment section, I will put a link to some other pictures of what Rick and Maria did with theirs. Just some really, really neat ideas, because it can just be just strings. It doesn't have to be this many. It can be as many as you want. You can also, as you're doing this, you can, shade in, either side of these. I'll just do a couple just so that way you can see what that would look like. And it just highlights them. And with the tortillon, we're just gonna spread things out a little bit. Always putting the tip of the tortillon on the line that you don't want to go over. It helps with control. But you can see how just, this bit that I have shaded looks really, really neat. And just a lot of fun. So with that, I wish you happy tangling. Nope, you know what? Before I go, I said happy tangling, but before I go, I do want to share. I just located my some samples just to show you some extra things that you can do really quick. This is the one that I was looking for. So you can put in different tangles in between. And here I've done the shading as I mentioned on the original here, doing the outside of each of the spokes. Really neat. And then turn that into like a little droplet there. Then this one I did some time ago. Same thing. I did a gem, essentially, with putting a setting around it, which is always nice. This one I did a little bit bigger, and this was, let's see, I think I put, I did put the year. So this was 2017. It was when we had the eclipse here. I'm in Michigan, and I think it was the lunar eclipse. Yeah, I didn't write that down, but I think it was. So this tangle was crescent moon, and I just thought, oh, well, that's just really kind of a cool thing to do. So anyway, I just wanted to share those little bits after I said happy tangling. So now I will say happy tangling again, now that you have even more inspiration to do this fun tangle. Check the description for step outs, or at least a link to the step out for this. And also appreciate any likes, shares, subscribes, all of that kind of stuff. And also in the description box are links to connect on Facebook, website, all of that kind of stuff. So now I will say it for sure. Happy tangling.